Alright, we're live. I'm just gonna wait for Mad F to do a little raid action here, I think. And then we'll get going. Okay, we'll go ahead and start here. It's time for another World Cup of Design playthrough, and our next up, we have Red Rock Gorge by bspetty. Um, One of the most beloved courses from Dream Team this year was Old Stones. So I'm curious to see what Brian followed up with. What do we got here? So we're playing from the black tees. We're gonna go with northeast winds high, as recommended by the designer, and he says IDGAF if you like number 14 or not. So usually that means I'll either love the hole or I'll hate it. So um, yeah, so let's give it a go. Um, as per usual, I'm using my little 281 driver, and I'm playing without a scout cam and without the follow cam on pro difficulty. And I went with pin 4 here, just randomly. Got the modern clubhouse. Looks like he's got kind of like a putting course in the back there. No, I don't. Well, yes, I do. I love gold as what's the stupid Austin Powers movie? Gold member says. Um, Now, once the Players Championship fades more into distant memory, I'll probably switch out. I'll switch out the gold boy getup for something else. All right, so looks like we got a very wide open first hole. Petty kind of getting back to his roots with the big ass rocks here, isn't he? Okay, so looks like a pretty straightforward opener. Looks like we kind of want to play down the right there to get ourselves an angle. It's gonna play long too because it's into the wind. And we'll just block it into the bunker to start out. Or the heavy rough. Interesting that he looks like he kind of went with some. I don't know. At least these bunkers are fairly shallow. Okay, let's see what we got in terms of the greens here. Yeah, so this bunker here has a lot more depth. So I think those were just one-offs with those bunkers. Yeah, so this green's pretty accepting of a run-up shot, subtle contours. Interesting, because I thought what I loved a lot about Old Stones was the way he used the cambered fairways. They just seem to sit over the land perfectly. This first fairway is quite flat, which is interesting. Well, these were the winds he told me to use on the judging form. So he asked for high winds, which makes sense in a locale like this, right? You'd expect it to be pretty windswept. All right, so now we got kind of a semi-drivable par 4. Not drivable for me. I'm curious what the yardage is on the card here. 318. Yeah, I think we'll go with like a hybrid here probably. Ooh, that might not make the carry over there. So maybe we club up to a 3-wood. It's going to give us an awkward pitching distance, but we want to be able to go left here. I'm pretty sure because I'm just judging from the way green is setting up. I'm guessing it slopes away from that bunker pretty hard, so we want to come in from the left. And we got another weak fade. So much for playing for the angle. Yeah, this is very kind of 10 at Riv. I mean, the front left portion is a little different in that it actually lets you hold the green. And it looks like yeah, it looks like it's sloping away from us really hard. I kind of screwed myself. Hopefully, we're pitching back into the wind though, so that'll hopefully knock it down a bit. Nope. Thought that was going to run out a little more. Ah, the green goes the other way. That makes a little more sense. All right, well, we played this hole pretty much the wrong way because we hit a lousy tee shot, and so all we can do is 30 feet for birdie. So there you go. And it was a fast putt, so we blew it way past. All right, well, you live and you learn. Okay, plenty of width on this par 5. Really narrow opening. I mean, it's into the wind, so it's a 3-shot par 5 for me, but I'm curious which way it looks like you got to go left if you want to hit it in 2. I think we could probably just hit a couple 3-woods here, not have to bother with that bunker. Yeah, I can't tell a ton here, but I'm guessing it looks like this. There's like a mound there. Maybe it's high. There's a high area here, but I'm not sure. Just trying to figure out what angle I want in there. I think if we just play for the middle, we'll be fine. All right, we left ourselves a pretty long shot in here. So the pin's kind of on a little bit of a crown here. But yeah, you do have those big slopes to kind of feed balls to the back left pins. There he is, the designer himself. Definitely went with the kind of the understated feel to this one. I mean, well, understated in terms of the design, obviously not in terms of the backdrop. Which kind of, I mean, that kind of makes sense. You have the giant rocks and stuff, so you don't want, the course is just kind of, you don't want it to be too crazy, probably. All right, this kind of looks like maybe sort of like an Eden template. We're kind of in between clubs here. I recall looking at the routing photo. We definitely have to take on some kind of large expanse or large cliff. Yep. So this definitely looks pretty Eden-like. You got the strong back to front slope. Ooh, we bunkered both sides of the fairway here, sort of. Very short par 5, too. I guess maybe you're tempting the long hitter to... Maybe, if it's downwind. Ooh, we might run out of room. Nope, we didn't. But, of course, now we don't really have much of an angle to attack that pin. We kind of just got to carry it all the way there. So we probably want to carry it maybe about 205. It'll end up long, but hopefully we'll have a reasonably easy chip back. We'll try a 4-iron. This might not have enough, but we'll see. Oh, we just came up short. Almost had it. Yeah, so it looks like if you just blow it long, you have a reasonably easy chip coming back up. But yeah, that back left pin looks like it's kind of the mean one. I'm not really sure you can get at this pin even if you get if you manage to take that aggressive play. I'm guessing you probably can't really. I mean, you have such a short club in, maybe you can, but downwind, I don't know. Okay, now this is a nice looking understated hole. You got the rocks framing it on the outside of the dog leg. You got the bunkering on the inside of the dog leg. Simple, but looks great. This definitely feels like a hole you'd find on a Corn Crenshaw course. 411. Course isn't very long either. A lot of fairly short courses in this contest. There've been a few sub 7,000. All right, so it's only 250 to carry that bunker. These are the ones that are more in play for the big hitter. So I think if we just kind of play off the right edge of the bunker there, we're good. Oh, we just missed. Kind of in between clubs here a little bit. No, that's too long. But we got it inside 20 feet. That's not bad from the rough. Interesting that this green is, well, okay, there's a big swale on the left. But still feels a little understated for a fairly short par 4, but then again, this whole course is pretty understated. Alright, so we got a little bit of a Matt's Prize dog leg here. We can carry that nest of bunkers on the inside of the dog leg. In fact, the carry looks so doable that I wonder if I'm being tricked here or something. No, it looks like you definitely want to go on the inside there. Unfortunately, I'm kind of in between clubs here. I think that turned out pretty well. Yeah, let's see what this trap is. I guess the fairway runs down to the right, so you might end up with a kind of a awkward lie. Yeah, and then if the pin's on the other side of that spine there, then definitely you want to be coming in from the other direction. Well, trap or not, we made a birdie. Okay, so we got some nice sort of, I guess you'd call that like deception bunkering there, maybe? Or just, it's just kind of well short of the green. More framing by the rocks in the background. It looks like we kind of got to deal with this sort of false front here. I think the bunkers work. They give you a little bit of visual definition there. That might be too much club. Oh, we caught the false front. But unfortunately, it barely even rolled off. Or I guess fortunately. So we got a little funnel pin in there on the right. Yeah, this one's definitely either all carrier. You got to be really careful about where you land it to get to this pin. All right, and now we got to deal with the cliff. Sculpting looks really good. Looks very natural. $214 to carry. All right, I think I'm probably playing for the bunkers there. Maybe just left of them. This hole after 8 fairly subtle holes, this one is decidedly not subtle. Man, this really. What do I have in? I have 248. Jesus, into the wind. I think I probably need to hit another driver. Yeah, greenside bunker was basically all I could really ask for. Jeez, that back right pin, too. Well, you definitely get rewarded for going left off the tee. I'll give you that. Since he's here, McConnell, you got to fill out the judging form. If only for my own entertainment. All right. back into kind of the more standard looking golf holes, I guess. So this one doesn't necessarily have the giant rocks. I mean, they're a little more in the distance, but it doesn't have giant rocks close to the green, so it looks like he kind of went with some bunkers for the visual framing here, so, you know, I think that kind of makes sense. Short par 3 to a big green. Curious to see what it looks like. So we kind of got that front funnel pin. Yeah, otherwise it's just kind of your standard. You get a little bit of a fall off at the back, but otherwise sort of a, you know, your standard back to front green with this little red slope coming in off the bunker there. Oh, now we got a fair. It looks like we got a fairway with some serious contour here. Again, I cannot reach this par 5 with this wind with these clubs. Just curious what the 580. Okay. So our par 5s are 588, 540, 580, 577. I can't remember what I did on number 5. But it looks like all the other ones will, unless 15 is downwind, it looks like all the other ones are all gonna be oh, I remember what 5 was. 5 I hit it into the, I think I came up just short and chipped and putted for my birdie. Alright, so can we get away with just bashing a couple 3-woods here? So that'll probably put us about like right here, and then that'll put us short of the cross bunkers there, and we can wedge it on probably. Well, hitting a weak ass tee shot like that definitely does not get rewarded. Alright, so we did not play the hero. We didn't go way out here. What does that leave us with? Not the greatest angle. We're into the wind, so I think we're okay. Yeah, we'll take that. Yeah, green slopes, you know, it's got these little half tiers in it. Kind of slopes back to front and right to left. Green's kind of on a nice high point with gives you some nice long views over the canyon there. Dead straight putt. Spice up those greens, Petty. All right. Short par 4. Wide open tee shot. So I'm sure he's got something up his sleeve with the green there. Let's see, are we going to run out of room? It's downwind. Not really downhill. I think we'll be okay with our 388 driver. I'm assuming I'm going to make an educated guess that left is the play here. All right, that's got to sit. Just like I planned it. Okay, so hopefully this left us with a decent pitch, although it is blind, so I don't really know what the green's doing up there. So you kind of got that front to back slope there. Okay, yeah, I was expecting some kind of red slope coming off the right. And then you got to deal with that big swale there if you're coming in from the right. So if the pin's kind of over there beyond the swale, sort of like back leftish, it looks like you got some sideboards to use there, so you still probably want to come in from the left since you'll be hitting a wedge. But yeah, interesting green. And let's just blow it through the break. All right. Very short par 3. We're kind of like hitting into this rocky amphitheater here. Really, really looks cool. How long did you have to hold up on the D-pad to blow up some of these rocks? I'm very curious. Okay, I think we'll just loft a 9-iron kind of towards the middle of the green and see what the wind does to it. Well, we got pin high. We just needed to aim a little further left. Okay, so you kind of got like the mega false front there. You got some backstops in different places. Yeah. Gotta use the fringe trick. But yeah, I've mentioned this on other playthroughs. It's like you can either make it look realistic or you can make it play the way you want to. You can't get both. To make false edges, you really have to You either have to really exaggerate the roll-offs and it looks pretty unnatural, or you can like expand the green surface so the ball rolls further and gets a lot of momentum, but then it looks unrealistic again because, no one would mow the green that way, but it's kind of what you got to do. Oh, so this is the one that's supposed to piss me off. Okay. Oh, so it's kind of like a... Oh, I see. You're playing through this arch here. I'm trying to think what... Okay, so if I try and drive this, I'm probably just gonna... My driver's just gonna sail into the arch there, probably. Well, I'll try it. I'll try anything once. It kind of reminds me of when I read Doak's Anatomy of a Golf Course. He has a picture of a course where they're like two trees right in front of the green, where like the branches overhang the entrance, so you have to hit a run-up shot. I guess my one thing about this is though is like what like it basically you can't lay back. I guess you could lay way back and hit a wedge over the arch. Well, congratulations. You'll make it onto the Golf Digest calendar. I mean, frankly, this is I mean, I guess if that arch weren't there, let's think about how this would play. You definitely would kind of have to finesse a drive to get it to stop kind of like pin high. But if you just hit your drive long, you'd have a reasonably easy chip back up. Oh, whoops. I wasn't even. Idiot. I didn't switch to a chip. May I suggest the pitch shot? Yeah, it's weird. Like this feels like so like if this course were a song, like almost all of the holes would be like this kind of like low-key acoustic ballad, and then what holes are they? 9 and 14 would be like just, death metal coming in. Cuz everything is so low-key except those two holes. All right, so we got a downwind par 5, so we can reach this one. Oh, we got like sort of a buried elephant on the left side of the green there. So if you bail left with your second shot, you got to deal with that. Pretty cool. Yeah, we're not gonna. Let's not take the easy way out. We're not gonna hit a splash from the fairway. Let's 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 play a proper golf shot here. Oh, we get a very fast. Nice. Let's try another proper golf shot. Okay, we got another little dog leg around a line of bunkers. Lots of bunkers here. Okay, it looks like it's a reasonably flat hole. So yeah, I think we want to carry kind of that second bunker. I think wind will bring it to the right a little. All right, the stream's doing things to my tempo. All right, so let's go ahead and get familiar with the local flora and fauna here. Chop it up there. I'm curious, did you take any inspiration for the rock formations here, or did you just kind of did you go off of any pictures from any national parks or anything, or did you just kind of freestyled it? So again, very low profile par 3 here. Sedona, okay. All right, big back to front green. Oh, interesting. We got a little fall off on the right there. Interesting how that kind of interacts with that bunker there. I feel like maybe you would have wrapped that runoff area that's behind, like kind of wrap it more around so that it actually the ball doesn't get carried into the rough. Okay. So we got a long par 4 to finish. Forced carry there on the second shot, but it looks like you have a little more room to work with if you go left. Probably a concern if the pin's in the front, but the pin's in the back, so I think we'll be okay. It looks like we have a little ridge in the fairway there that we'd have to deal with if we bail out. So, especially with the pin on the right there, I'm guessing we don't want to have a side hill, excuse me, a side hill lie. All right, we got a nice flat lie here. You can probably hit an 8-iron in there. It is a little uphill. This might not be enough, but I don't want to hit it. I don't want to try and baby a 7. All right. So you got that little spine in the back of the green. And we're more or less level with the right side there. I thought maybe that there was like a little shoulder on the right side of the green, because I figure that would, if you had that, then if you kind of bail right off the tee, you got that hanging lie. If there was sort of a little shoulder on the right, that might make sense. Although this does give us a little bit of a nice view across the rest of the course. So looks pretty good. Um, so yeah, really solid design, and we finished with a birdie. Yeah, I think Mr. Petty's having a little bit of a renaissance here. Um, I thought like the two kind of outlier holes, I thought on their own looked great. So I mean, like 9, the sculpting in the canyon there was terrific. 14 plays, 14 I think plays like it's weird, but like it's thoughtful. Um, it won't necessarily be everybody's cup of tea, but it's thoughtful. And with everyone putting 1 or 2 short par 4s on their courses, it's hard to make yours stand out. So I kind of I appreciate you taking a chance. It is a little weird though, because like the rest of the course is so like low profile, like kind of like Corin Crenshaw at Talking Stick almost. So that those two really felt like aberrations, which might be a minor criticism, but the scenery was terrific. I thought the rock formations were really cool, and they framed the holes really nicely. And that lets you get away with kind of minimalist planting. So yeah, that's Red Rock Gorge. Appreciate the publish. Um, so yeah, we'll have a few more of these to do, but unfortunately not tonight. But hope to catch you guys later in the week for some more of these. So take care.